Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to another Top 10. I know it's been a while since I made one of these, and I said I would do one while this whole virus situation was going on. But now I finally decided to do it, and I found the perfect Top 10 that I can do. These are my picks for my top 10 favorite indie video games. Now, an indie video game is a video game that either has a low budget or made by a company that isn't as big, such as games that aren't like AAA like Activision or Ubisoft. Basically, games by small companies that manage to do a great job with maybe telling their story or having some great gameplay. It really depends, but all in all, these are the games that I found to be the most fun playing while not being on a super high budget. Now, keep in mind, I haven't played every single popular indie video game out there. I haven't played Braid or Fez or Hotline Miami. These are the games that I played that I think are definitely worth your time. Anyways, let's get to it. Starting off at my number 10 spot, I have A Hat in Time, a love letter to the 3D platformers of the 90s and early 2000s. A Hat in Time is a collectathon where you play as a little girl called Hat Kid. From there, you can get tons and tons and tons of collectibles, and it was just a lot of fun. I had so much fun playing this game. It was funny. It's adorable as hell. And Gears for Breakfast did a really great job. Once I beat the game, I actually was kind of sad because I had so much fun with this game. And I really hope that there's a sequel one day. This game became very popular in 2017. So many fans were super satisfied that, 3D platformers were back on the market. And if you were disappointed in the 2017 3D platformer Yooka-Laylee, then I recommend giving this game a go. Coming in at my number 9 spot, I have Subnautica. Subnautica, what a game this is, okay? I kind of forgot that there was an end goal, mainly because the game doesn't really hold your hand that much. I mean, you explore a wide open world in the ocean, you defend yourself against really disturbing, gross creatures, and you can craft stuff to basically survive. Like, you can gather food and resources to help you survive, and there's this big crashed ship that you can explore to basically help, get you off where you are. It's a wide open world that you can explore for hours and kind of forgot that you have a story to complete. And I actually kind of forgot that there was a whole story to this. Because, the game is just so gorgeous and just so impressive to look at. And all in all, Subnautica is definitely a work of art in terms of the indie video game company. In fact, it doesn't really feel like an indie game. Sure, I think Gearbox helped with this game, and I think another independent developer helped with this. I mean, Gearbox is AAA as well, but Subnautica is a wonderful game. Definitely play it. Coming in at my number 8 spot is a really tough as balls one, and you all know what it is, Cuphead. Cuphead. What more can I say? It's also another indie video game in 2017 that managed to be super popular, which is also a platformer. It's basically an endless series of boss battles that you have to fight so you can get their soul, so you can defeat the devil, and it's just a lot of fun despite its major difficulty. I mean, how is it so difficult? Well, there are no checkpoints during the level, so if you die, you have to start from the very beginning. Whether fighting against the phases, if you die in one of them, you're going to start from the beginning. But I've been having so much fun with this game that I just don't want to give up. That's how great this game is. With its fun, unique gameplay, its fast-paced action, and its platforming, and all the skills that you can get if you manage to beat the levels to get all the coins. Cuphead is a true fun achievement in the indie video game company. Coming in at my number 7 spot is another really difficult game, Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy, oh my god, this game, I've been having so much fun with this. There's like over 300 levels that you can complete, and they are not easy. Just like Cuphead, there are no checkpoints. I mean, if you do beat the levels, that is. But, Super Meat Boy is a game where you play as a glob of meat trying to save his girlfriend from this evil fetus doctor, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, it's retro-style 2D visuals and make the game super appealing, and its comedic tone makes the game super funny, and all in all, Super Meat Boy is a game that might be challenging, but it's a game that you just don't want to give up on. And that's certainly what I haven't been doing. Sure, you know, all you do is just dodge obstacles. You don't really fight enemies. I mean, they're bosses, but you have to basically dodge stuff. Basically, you can't really fight back. At least I don't think. I only made it through the first world. But Super Meat Boy is a hell of a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it. Number 6 is a game that I just played recently. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put this as number 6 or number 5. I'm putting it at number 6, Stardew Valley, which is kind of like, if you ever played the Harvest Moon series, then you know exactly what this game is. But, you know, there hasn't been that many Harvest Moon games recently. In fact, I don't think there's been one in like a really long time. Like, I'm not sure when. I never really played any of the Harvest Moon games, but, you know, with Stardew Valley, I've been having so much fun, and I've been playing for hours on end. Like, seriously, you can do so much in this game. You can farm, you can fight off enemies in a mine, you can romance characters, you can give them gifts and develop your relationship with them. It's just so much fun. And when playing this game, you might think it starts off like really confusing, like you don't entirely know what to do. I recommend farming, you know, getting items and stuff, you know, harvesting so you can, like, you know, build your garden up, and it's just so appealing. Like, it takes real world days and just makes them go by super fast. I mean, Stardew Valley is such a fun game, one of the most addictive indie games I've played in quite a while, and I definitely recommend it. Coming in at number 5 is a love letter to 2D side-scrolling platforming games, technically for the NES and SNES, Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is one of those games that when you look at it, you're just thinking like, oh my god, I love 2D platformers. I want to play this game. And when you play it, you're deeply immersed. I mean, it feels like something that would come off for the NES, except, you know, it would require a whole lot more buttons. But, you know, Shovel Knight is a really appealing game where you play as a knight whose weapon is a shovel, where you're going along where you have to rescue your beloved Shield Knight. And from there, you play like a 2D... It's kind of like a Mega Man game, except with a knight. And all in all, Shovel Knight is a fantastic experience with a great soundtrack, pretty challenging gameplay, and all in all, I say all in all a lot. So that should be another catchphrase of mine, all in all, all in all. But Shovel Knight is a work of art, and with its 2D visuals, I definitely love playing this game. And it took me a while to play it. Like, I'm not sure which system I should get it on. I got it for the Switch, and I'm loving it on the Switch. Coming in at number 4 is kind of a no-brainer. I mean, come on. This is basically the game to popularize indie video games as a whole, Minecraft. Sure, nowadays it doesn't really feel like an indie video game anymore since, you know, Mojang is updating it like every single time. But, you know, at the time, it was an indie video game. Like, it didn't really have that big of a budget. And it wasn't released by a really big company. But, you know, when Minecraft came out, it was such a huge impact, and it still is. Being updated with a bigger world, making the world a hell of a lot more bigger, and with tons of new creatures to add, and it just adds hundreds of hours of your time. And I still play the game. I mean, I've been playing this game since I gotten big into gaming back in 2015. I mean, I played this game before 2015, probably like 2012 maybe, and I've just been having so much fun with Minecraft. I mean, what more can I say? Minecraft. And I thought this would remain my favorite indie video game of all time, until I played 3 other games. Coming in at my number 3 spot is a game that I missed out on in 2016, didn't get to play till 2017, and I'm really sad that I missed out on it. Inside. Ever play 2010's Limbo? It's basically like that, but wow, this game is insane. Like, oh my god, okay? You play as a boy who's basically escaping this world or stuff. Its intriguing narrative is what had me playing this game multiple times. It takes you like an hour and a half to beat, but Inside is a game that I think will stick with me with a very long time. And that ending too, oh my god, that ending is insane. Like, I don't even know what to say about it, but, you know, it's just such an amazing game that I just can't help but, you know, kind of loving the way it ends. Like, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but, you know, it's just a game that, you know, is flat out weird, but manages to be incredible. If you're a fan of psychological stuff in games like me, and movies and stuff, then Inside is definitely a game for you. I also recommend Limbo. That's also a fantastic side-scrolling indie game. The side-scrolling platforming puzzling of this game is truly what makes the game entertaining, but its narrative is truly what makes this game for me. Coming in at number 2 is a game that really spoke to me as I was playing it, Celeste. Oh my god, Celeste is a game about a girl who is trying to climb up a really big mountain, and she thinks it's impossible, and she wants to give up but manages not to because she's going through so much anxiety in her past. Like, oh my god, it is such a depressing game, but it's also a really uplifting one. I mean, it's not as depressing as something like The Last of Us or Telltale's The Walking Dead, but it's a very uplifting one. It has a fantastic soundtrack, great characters, and its platforming is really, really, really challenging. But if you're a casual gamer and don't feel like going through all that difficulty, then there's an assist mode where you can gain invincibility and stuff like that. But, I just wanted to go back and collect all the strawberries, and the strawberries really are there just for a strawberry pie ending, like you're making strawberry pie, which is cool. And they just added more levels too, so I'm definitely going to go back. I mean, it's a frustrating game, but like I said, there's an assist mode that can make you, just breeze through the game. I mean, it's an incredible game that I recommend. It's truly my favorite indie video game, one of my favorite indie video games for the Nintendo Switch. And it's also available for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, just like most of these games are. Subnautica isn't, but, Celeste is a true masterpiece. And here we go, guys. My favorite indie video game of all time is none other than, of course, Undertale. Undertale is the video game, or the indie video game, that I probably played the most. First time I beat it, I played it on the neutral option, which is a mixture of, not fighting anything and fighting everything. But, I realized that was a huge mistake. I did not want to kill anything in this game. Like, seriously, the characters are so well developed that I just don't want to hurt them, okay? Even the NPCs, or, the not-so-major characters, like the creatures and stuff, and the soundtrack, too, the way that this game is played out, it feels a lot like Earthbound, which is also an incredible game, but this one, I'm not sure what it is, but, a mixture of an RPG, where you don't have to kill anything, where you don't have to level up. You can just experience the game and just develop bonds with these characters that you grow to love. It's just an amazing experience, and I've managed to beat the pacifist route like 3 times. I showed my mom this game, like she watched me play through the entire thing, and I played the game in an entire night just to get the pacifist ending. I was just really satisfied. It's a game that'll take you an entire day to beat, but I think it's definitely worth your time. And Sans and Papyrus are 2 of my favorite indie video game characters of all time. I mean, it's funny, it made me laugh, and it practically made me cry in a good way. There's heart to this game, and the way Toby Fox made it, the fact that he made this whole game almost by himself. I mean, of course, you can't, it's really hard to make a video game by yourself, but it's basically all thanks to him that this game exists. It's an amazing game, and sure, people out there like to hate it because, of the fan base, but, I choose to ignore fan bases and just love the game as a game. Undertale is a true masterpiece and is my pick for the best indie video game of all time. And there you have it, guys. Those are my top 10 favorite independent video games. Let me know in the comments what your top 10 is, or what your favorite indie video game is. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.